With the introduction of OpenRoads Designer, they created another tool that replaced the old plan sheet tool that we used to have, and it's called Name Boundary. Now, the Name Boundary tool will cover plan sheets, plan profile sheets, cross section sheets. It'll cover all that. And with the Name Boundary comes another little caveat that they've created a drawing model and a sheet model. Okay, and I'm going to go through this in this video and explain the difference between the sheet model and the drawing model. What I'm looking at right now is a plan sheet that I've cut from my project, and it is in the sheet model form right now. And I can tell that by the white background. When I see a white background, it tells me that I do not edit this sheet other than the title block. The title block is the only thing that we can edit in here, that we want to edit in here. This is a different scale sheet. Now, the information in the background, all our geometry comes from the drawing model, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But again, the only thing that you would modify or edit in this sheet model would be this title block. And to do that, you would change your workflow down to the Mo.CAD detailing standards. And under general annotation, I'm allowed to come out and label some things. And one of the things I could do is the job number, county, all that good stuff, district route, sheet number. I'll just do the job number in this example, keep it short. And I just input the job number, and then I go to AccuSnap the point in the job number field and place it. Get rid of that. And that's the only thing that will get modified in this sheet model. Okay. Now, the drawing model. Now, down here at the bottom left, we have some view tools. And this is the way I like to use them. You can see the white little piece of paper icon here with the little title block to it. That is your sheet model. Again, we don't edit that. We just edit the title block in there. And then we have our drawing model. And this is where we do all our edits. So if we got any annotation that we want to place out here, or any kind of north arrows, scale, anything that you want to add, it would go into this drawing model. Now, right off the bat, you see that there's this white block around our model here. And what this represents is the area that is within the sheet model. Okay, that's going to be printed within that sheet model. You also see we have the sheet that comes up behind it. Part of its block is showing. It's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about turning off the levels or getting rid of them. They're on a construction level, but if I go back to the sheet, you can see back to the sheet model, which is this white one, that it's not even being shown in here. Okay, so none of that is shown, so we're good. It's just kind of a boundary to help you realize that no notes should go outside this area. So if I got some information I want to put in here, like a north arrow, you make sure that you have your AccuDraw up and running, and you hit the letter T for the top view. Okay, and then when you come out, because going back to the AccuDraw, the V would be the north to the view, and we want the top or true north or whatever you want to call it. So I go to my graphic scales, and I pick the north arrow, and it comes out at that slanted angle, so I know I got the proper north arrow direction. So I just select and place it anywhere I want, and right click, I'm finished. And then if I had a graphic scale I want to place in there, well, I cut my sheets at 1 inch equals 50, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it and place that in my file. And this is the drawing model. This is where we do all our editing. Or if I wanted to label something in here, I go to my plan sheet notes. Let's do roadway, and we'll put a note and label the route, the main line. So this is Route 54. So I'll put that in there. I'll zoom into a spot, and then I'll pick it, and then come out, place my note. So this is where we do our notes. This is where we do any annotations, any kind of cells. And then when we're finished, you would simply go back to that sheet model, which is the white piece of paper again, and you'll see that those changes have been reflected. Okay, and it's hard to see, but there's that Route 54 note that we placed as well. So we got our north arrow, scale, Did our title sheet work? We're good. So that's what this is all about. White background means we don't edit anything but the title block. And that dark gray background is our drawing view. This is our drawing model. This is where we do all our work. Okay, so this deals with plan sheets, plan profile sheets the same way. With a plan profile sheet, you'll have actually three different models here. You'll have a drawing model for the plan, you have a drawing model for the profile, and then you have a sheet model where they combine the profile and the plan. Um, profile sheets are the same way. You'll get two. You'll get a sheet model and you'll get a drawing model for the profile. Only the drawing model gets edited, any kind of notes for your profile, and it's reflected in your sheet model. Okay. And this again, this is what we would plot the PDF, plot to your printer, or however you want to do it. But that's what this is all about. This is the outcome of our drawing model. Okay, now if I go to the cross section name boundary, which is in just a different location, I'll do the one for Route 54. It's going to want me to save. So I'll check in my changes. And we get into our name boundary for the cross sections of Route 54. It's at a drawing model right now of a cross section. Let's go to the main multi-model views. And you'll see in this multi-model view, I have pattern lines out here on the 2D side representing my cross sections. And I also have shapes over in a 3D window showing me where my cross sections are to be cut as well. Okay, so once you've got your name boundaries, you cut them. You're going to come out and you're going to see down here at the view tools all the different models that has been created by the tool. And in this case, it takes two drawing models to make up one sheet model. And I can see that because I have a white sheet model that says 612, and then I have a 612, 613 drawing model below it, and then the next one's a 614 sheet model. So that tells me two drawing models per sheet model. So let's just open up 613. Go into here, and I can see there's my drawing model. It has some major grid on it, whatnot. All my annotations there. I'm good to go. If I go to the sheet part of it, 613 is contained in 612. So I'm going to open up 612 sheet. That's the white piece of paper. Again, the gray, dark gray. That's your editing model. We can come in here and place any notes that we want to add to it, any kind of annotation. And then we have our sheet model. When I click on that sheet model, it's going to open up and it's going to show me the two different cross-section models that fit within this view. Okay, so I can see what's being reflected. Again, the white model means I don't edit anything in here except for the title block. So I come in here and put my job number or whatever I want, and I'm good to go. So this is our plot to PDF file, our model. This is what we'll do. One of these days when we get sheet indexing work, you'll see how that works with this. But at the moment, all we do with this sheet is plot it to PDF, and it's a reflection of our drawing models. So everything gets edited in our drawing models. So if I come up, maybe I'll go to 612 this time, and I want to change. I've got this, major grid in the background. Maybe I want to remove all that and just go with no grid. I would change my workflow over to OpenRoads Modeling. Go to my Drawing Production tab, and in here I have Drawing Model Annotation. Well, before I can annotate it, I'd like to remove that major grid. So I'm going to go Remove Drawing Model Annotation. And then there's an option. Do I want to do it for all the models or just the one I'm in? I'll do it for all of them. So I'll hit yes. It's going to process in the background, and it's removed them. Now if I go check another drawing model, maybe I'll come down to 621, it's removed all the annotation. If I go to the sheet models, 618, we'll look at it. All the annotation's been removed. If I go back to 612, it's empty as well. So now I want to place that annotation. Okay, so I can go to this pull down and go to Annotate Drawing Model. Again, we only do this stuff in the drawing model. I want to do it for all of them, so I'll leave it on yes. And then what annotation group do I want to see? Well, it defaults to the last one I used, which was major grid. So I'll hit this little three dot button, and then I'll hit the plus sign, open up cross section, drawing. And this one I'll just do without grid. I just want annotation, no grid. So I'll come out and I'll accept my answers. Yes. I'll accept the grid or the annotation group. And I'll let it process. Again, it's going to go through each drawing model and populate that with an annotation with no grid work. And then it's finished. Okay, so you can see now I've got annotation across my drawing model. If I go back into the sheet models, and I'll go back to that sheet 612, you can see 613 has been labeled as well. So that's how this works. The white background for the sheet models should indicate you don't edit anything but the title block. The dark gray background is your drawing model. And also you can tell by the icons, white sheet model, gray uh, drawing model. And this is where you would edit, is in the drawing model. It will be reflected in the sheet models. And I hope this clears it up a little bit. I know it's a big change to go to two models to create one sheet, but this is how it works.